So this building's been empty, not utilized for quite a few years on this main floor where there's concrete, a lot of condensation, not a lot of airflow, the doors have been shut. So we've been pulling out all the ceiling tile. They've been bowing, some of them are stained, some of them have just sucked up a lot of moisture. So we've ripped out all of those. Been cutting out some of the drywall. If we suspect that there is moisture or mold, we're ripping it out until we find drywall that does not have any moisture or mold. And while doing that, the bottom plate of these walls has rotted out on quite a few of them. And so instead of putting them directly to the concrete like they had done prior, we've been putting this foam seal that keeps it elevated off the concrete. It does not allow airflow. It does not allow any bugs.
One person might look at this and all they see is all the work that needs to be done. Another person looks at it and they're so excited about this space. The great thing is right now is when somebody comes in the beginning, if they end up signing a lease, then you can do a lot of things to accommodate what they want to do with the space.
Yeah, you can build it out for whatever their needs are. I know some of the conversations we've had would be adding another door here off of Main. So we cut a hole in the wall to see if that was going to be possible or if how much work it would be. And in this area, there's not any bricks in this area. So it would just be a matter of taking off the metal and framing around whatever doors we want to put in. And so it's really nice to have those options before you finish it, because once you finish it, no one wants to go in and cut holes in something they just did. So there's a little bit of a lip coming in off of South Main, and we're going to basically redesign that so that it's a ramp without the ledge. Our plan is to take this out that goes between the two buildings. We will leave the walkway that's 3 floors up, but the main floor we'll take out and allow a drive-through to happen, which will allow there to be some diagonal parking in here. We think we can add 8 or 9 more parking places through this space that's not really utilized now. If somebody tried to park in here now, they would have to back out onto Main, which would be very dangerous with the building going right up to the sidewalk. You wouldn't be able to see the traffic coming. But by coming in off of Main and back through the back way of the building, it'll make it safe and more usable. So when saving buildings, these old buildings that have been sitting empty for many years, some of the tough decisions that we run into are where to stop the demolition. And with these drop ceilings, I'm not a big fan of drop ceilings. I love taking them back up to the original height, the ceiling height. And you can see with these pillars, you know, there's even some shape to them as they go up, and you know, just be really cool to expose them. However, it would cost a lot of money to rework all of the wiring, all of the duct work, all of the lighting, and it's just really not feasible for us to do that in this situation. A lot of buildings will rip the drop ceilings out and we'll take it back up to the original height, and that's what we like to do. So this is a brick wall that has been plastered over. The other places we've been showing video has been drywall. So in a place like this, we will scrape off anything that's loose or powdery. Anytime moisture gets onto plaster, it'll flake, and we'll clean this really good, and we'll use plaster of Paris to patch it back in.
One of the things you're always looking for is what's the history of a building, and we're still not sure what was here before, but this was an entryway as you look at the tiled floor, and then you can also see the header that goes above, and you can tell that this at one time was an entryway onto South Main. We're probably going to put an entry somewhere on this wall, possibly, depending on who comes into this space.